welcome back. Let's get started. Into discovery. Right now, when you're about to enter into a conversation with a client, where are you going to start the conversation? Right? It's either going to be face-to-face, or it's going to be by telephone, probably through an internet lead. We'll just call it by phone. Right. Now, I'm not going to guide you through all the steps and how this can also work with an email lead and all that, but it all works the same way because we're trying to follow the pathway, the four-step pathway to getting you to your sale and getting them to their purchase. All right, so face-to-face or internet lead, this is the same thing. Now, there are some different dynamics when it comes to conversations with people on the phone as there is to face-to-face, but the method is exactly the same. You follow this method, you will see your penetration ratio rise and your gross profitability rise. Got to have both. All right. So when we enter into a conversation with the client, what's the first thing that we want to find out? Now, most people answer the question this way. They say, well, Tom, I want to find out their wants and what? Needs, right? I want to find out their wants and needs. It's most people that train tell you to do. Nah, we're going to get rid of this. Because I got to tell you, I am only slightly interested in what they want. I'm only slightly interested in what they need. All right? And specifically, I'm only slightly interested in what they think they want and need. Because there's some serious problems that exist when all you're trying to do is follow the solution that the client came up with when it came to selling. All right, now let me repeat that again. You will find an enormous amount of problems when all you're trying to do is follow the solution that the client has arrived at. If all you do is follow their solution, that means you're the follower in this whole selling, in the whole transaction. Sorry about that. And you cannot be the follower in a transaction when you're a professional seller. All right? So, wants and needs, we're going to crush that deal. Because what you need to discover during this whole thing is, what are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out the problem or problems that exist with the client. All right? Now, where are we going to find out the biggest problems that exist with the client? They're coming in to buy a car. Where do their problems exist? All right. That should be pretty easy. The first problem is in their current mode of transportation. We'll just call it their current vehicle. Could be their current car, the current truck, the current SUV. It could be public transportation, it could be a bicycle, a motorcycle, or a skateboard. All right, we don't know. We're going to have to find out what the problem is, because when we start to discover the problem with their current mode of transportation, we will then begin in our heads and in our hearts the ability to start arriving at solutions that will eliminate their problem. Right? That shouldn't sound too difficult, but that's what we're doing. We've got to find out what the problem is. All right, so if the first thing we have to do is find out what the problem is, we got to start asking about their current vehicle. Somebody comes in, you give them the introduction that you normally give, a good hello and a welcome and so on and so forth that you do. And then they'll say, hey, I want to look at the used, whatever, the used pickup truck. Or they'll say, I want to look at the brand new, whatever, Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Dodge, whatever it is. All right, so whatever it is they want to look at, great, and we can say, okay, that's fantastic. However, what's going on with yours? I see you drove in the used Chevy pickup truck. What's going on with that? Looks like it's in pretty good shape. That way they start telling you what is going on with their truck. If they say, it's the best truck I've ever had, it's the perfect vehicle for me, I'll never need anything else. Well, if they say that, they wouldn't have come into the dealership. So people will not say that. They're going to go, well, it's been a great truck. Say, but I need a little bit more room because, or but the miles are getting up there and it's starting to cost me some money. Or they'll say, or I just got married and the truck doesn't really fit the whole family anymore, so I need more of a family vehicle. Or whatever it is, they're about to start telling you the problems that exist with their current vehicle. Might be mechanical, it might be size, it might be newness, it might be it doesn't make me feel young anymore. All right, you see where I'm getting? You got to find out the problems that exist, and it starts with their current vehicle. And then after that, you're going to find out what's taking place as they've been shopping. Have they been shopping on the internet? Have they been shopping at dealers? Have they been just talking to their friends about what they drive? We don't know. The readers of Consumer Digest or whatever it is they do, we got to find out what information they don't have. Because we know this, when they come to you, whether they come to you face-to-face or through the internet, they're arriving at a solution to a problem that exists. So they want to ask you about pricing or about vehicles or whatever it is. Whatever they're asking you, it is simply about trying to solve a problem that they have. And if you go into a transaction and you never find out the problem, then you will never be able to arrive at the smart solution for them. All you'll be doing is trying to follow their solution till the end. And by the way, what normally happens then is when you get to the end and you find out their solution doesn't fit themselves financially, you've lost gross, you're trying to flip them over to other vehicles, and your penetration ratio goes right through the toilet. Granted, there are times when you will sell those people cars, but granted, you will then be the epitome of the 10, 12, 15% closer, and you'll never make more than $50,000 a year. So don't do that anymore. Those are usually left for about the $18,000 to $28,000 a year players. I don't want you to be that. Okay? So we are going to start with finding out the problems. There's a ton of questions you can ask. I'm not going to go through all those on this particular series, but you first must understand the map. Discovery means discovery of the problems. You got it? Okay, now we're about to move on to presentation. Stick with me, and it'll really start tying itself together by the time we reach the bottom. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video.